Hey guys. Okay, how do you communicate with the dead or spirits or aliens or anything in the whole universe? Dimensionally. How do you communicate with it? So I'm going to start off. Johnny Connor wants to know how to communicate without. This is what I do to communicate with another person, a dead person, or whatever. Now, if you want to communicate, say, with ETs, it's the same thing as communicating with dead loved ones or other people on the earth. You got to contact their soul, okay? Their spirit. So you want to do that with the inner light, because that rules out a whole bunch of bad things. So you want to communicate with the inner light. You don't go to them, okay? You don't go to them. I'll give you some examples. I'm going to go through all this whole thing. Okay, first you got to remember. You got to remember some experiences you had where you were thinking of someone. You're sitting at home, you're thinking of someone you never talked to, and then they call you on the phone. Hey, now how did that happen? How many times does that happen to you? Stuff like that. It's because you're thinking of them. Either you're receiving from their soul to your soul, and you go, hey, I'm thinking of this person. Or you're thinking of them, and your soul is talking to their soul. And all of a sudden they go, hey, let's call. Get it? That's how it works. Now, remember, your head is in a box. All you see is this. There's a whole world, 10 worlds going on underneath of you. You got your soul and your spirit. And your soul and your spirit is creating in the illusion, creating in other realities, creating in dream space, creating where it lives. You don't see it because you're locked from it in the illusion. What you need to do is bring your inner light to your head repeatedly over time in every meditation, and it just naturally, it will, once you break through the ego garbage and the ego lies and everything in this reality is bullshit lie. Once you break through that and you get it, then you bring your innocence, you give your brain to your innocence, bring it to your head, and you'll start seeing. Now, let's say you want to talk to ETs. Now, here's a good example. Sorry. You're talking to a friend. You're talking. You're having a coffee on the street. You're talking. Your heart's hooked up to his heart. You can feel him. You can feel him, and he can feel you, and you're talking. And he's explaining his days and shit or whatever. And he's talking. And you're just hanging there nice with him. Your heart's hanging with him, and you can feel him. And all of a sudden, as he's talking, his heart will go and suck up. And pretty soon you can't feel him. During the conversation, he brought up something out of the blue. His heart sucked up. Now, why did that happen? Because the story he's now telling you is a line of bullshit. And his soul won't have any of it. So it sucks in. And it's a lie. The truth is in the heart. Okay? So as soon as his soul sucks in, that's saying to you, this is bullshit. This is a lie he wants you to believe. Or whatever the fucking reason is. So he sucks in his soul. And all of a sudden you can't feel him anymore. And you're like, wow, his whole demeanor just changed, right? You can't feel him anymore. You're still flowing. And he's still talking. How many times has that happened to you? But you didn't even know it. Pay attention. So, what that is his heart won't partake in a lie. Okay? And that's God stuff. I'm not going to lie to my friend. And this and that is just a normal response from everybody. Okay? So, once you start learning that little piece, while you're talking to someone, you'll start seeing it. Anyway, now you want to talk to ETs. So I'm just going to go from humans to ETs. Okay, so first you got to have an ET to talk to. That would help. So let's say you do. If you don't, there's another way. Okay. Now, feel the ET because you had experience with it before. I have 100, 200 experiences with ETs. I know them. intimately, the ones that I deal with. The old guy, the girl, and the other guys. Anyway, they're all from one race, but each one of them has a different feeling, okay? So I know which one to go to. So when I want to talk to them. So when I go to do CE5, I think of that one ET, okay? I think about them. And then, as I'm thinking about them, I'll start my little chant wherever I am, and I'll just say, hey man, how you doing? How you doing? You know, just talk to him like he's standing in front of you. Don't have people around. Because when you talk to him like he's standing in front of you, your spirit is aligning to him. Just like Mary on the phone who calls you when you're thinking of her. Okay? That's how it works. So think about him. Pretend you're talking to him. And then you want to send a communication to him. You want to see a spaceship. And you want to take pictures of it. Okay? So what you do is, before you communicate with them, lay down in meditation and visualize exactly and very simply what you want. Body, mind, and soul, 100%. Visualize what you want. You want to see his spaceship, a light in the night, a light in the day, a disc craft, whatever, stationary in one spot, hovering above that tree. Now, visualize yourself taking pictures of his craft over the tree. Okay? So, visualize that. In reality, visualize it. And all of a sudden, as you're still meditating, feel him. Start talking to him. Say, I want to take a picture of your craft over the tree. And then, what you do is just keep saying that. I want to take a picture of it. And as you're saying that to him, you'll start to feel him. Once you feel him, that information bomb that you created just went to him. Now let it go. And it'll get there faster. But if you're hanging on to the information, he can't get it. You gotta let it go. So forget about it. Immediately think about sex, okay? This happens to ETs, this happens to everybody. I'm just giving you a construction in your head how to do it, okay? That's how you do it. Very simply put, that's how you do it with everything. But you gotta know the person you gotta send it to. If you don't know an ET, it ain't gonna work. So practice on loved ones. Now, without ruining your skins, without getting links in your head, in your body from the communication, okay? You don't will yourself to them. You stay in your body, in your heart. Your heart is here. You don't will yourself. You don't have to astral travel to them. You don't have to go out of your body, project your consciousness. That's a whole different thing, okay? Just simple communication with anything alive, even animals. That's how it works. Alright? Information bombs. So you ask the ETs, and he goes, well, you give him your day. This is what I did today. And then he goes, this is what I did today. Right? It doesn't make for good stuff on the video, like I'm talking to you. I can take his experience. I'll know it. I'll know his experience, what he did today, because he just shared it with me. But for me to put it out on the video, everybody's going to think I'm fucking nuts, so I don't even bother. The only good stuff is the drama stuff, like astral traveling, projecting consciousness, remote viewing. You put the word remote viewing to it, everybody loves it. But you can see the ET's experience of what he did in a war or something. No one wants to hear it. You gotta put remote viewing on it. It's fucking bullshit, losing shit. Okay? It's just the way it is. All because of Art Bell and the military people. You don't have to go. He can send you all the information. But, it's also good if you can remote view and go there and see and experience for yourself. But that's a whole different set of rules you gotta follow. So you gotta be careful with that. And basically that's it. It's really that simple. The more when you willy-nilly all over the place going to aliens without constructing, without knowing who you're going to, other things can happen. Other things can fuck you up. And that's where you got to be careful. And it's really simple. Watch I have videos all about it. And I'll make more if you want. I don't, just let me know, people, what you want. And basically that's it. When you're laying in bed thinking about shit and all of a sudden something comes up and goes in your ear, right? And you freak out. Well, you can't freak out. Okay? You can't. And I do to this day. You ain't going to communicate. Don't even communicate with it. Because they're not supposed to be doing that to begin with, alright? That's a lower level looky-loo. You know, you don't even know what it is. Until you know what it is, you do not fucking talk to it. Alright? You may see a little girl, hello, a little girl voice talking to you, some sexy queen telling you her what she wants. Don't. It's a lie. Maybe, maybe not, but you don't know. And until you know 100%, until Christ checks it out, then you don't fucking talk to it. If you're hooking up to a person spiritually, you can talk to them. Just, you got to bring your heart to your head. For you to see and understand from here and here what the fuck's going on in the spirit world, you got to bring the spirit world to your head. And the more you bring your inner light to your head, and I told you how to do this in meditations, countless videos on how to do it in meditation. Bring that light to your head, bring the soul to your head. And when you start seeing through your soul, now you're not communicating with them, you're just seeing through them. You're getting the feel in yourself. It's all about in you. And then all the spiritual interactions you'll start seeing on different levels. And it takes a long time to sort it out through your head. It's like when you're doing a psychic reading and the person looks you in the eye. Here's a good example. I'm on the bus in Vancouver. I don't know which one of the Granville Station Bus. I'm sitting on the bus. It's 11 o'clock. I get done work and I'm going home. I'm sitting on the bus and I sit down. And there's a guy sitting there, a slob guy. And he's greasy. He looks like a street person, right? You know, whatever. There's street people everywhere. And it's okay. But this guy, I'm just sitting there. Everything's all cool. And all of a sudden the guy looks up at me and I'm looking down. And I'm looking at the ground. And I look up and he's staring at me. I can feel it. And all of a sudden I look up into his eyes like that. I look up and he's going, right? Fucking drool, slobber, dirt, blood all over his face. And my mistake, my soul hooked up to him. Just didn't even communicate. It just went and felt him. And all of a sudden, I felt like I was going to puke. And then I did puke right on the bus, right on the floor. I looked him in the eye, felt him, and well, basically, you know what that means. That's one sick son of a bitch. He ain't going nowhere good when he dies. But he was basically a child molester, a rapist. And here he is. Done some bad stuff. And I reacted by puking. That's happened 2 or 3 times in my life. When you're walking down the street and you look someone in the eye and you get that initial feel. I walk down the street. There's a guy, he's looking kind of upset and frustrated. He's walking by me. And I'm looking at him, I look at him, we're walking by, and all of a sudden I'll hear a voice go, hi! I'll be walking down the street, I pass a person, they don't look like they're going to talk, they don't even look at me. All of a sudden I see a hand come out. Of them, a spirit hand come out and wave at me. Or actual words, hi! This is their spirit. It sounds like a little kid, hi! As I'm walking past a person on the street. All day. That's me. That's the way I am now. It's sick, man. It's incredible. when you just try walking down the street, stay there, bring your heart to your head, walk down the street, neutral in yourself. And as you pass people and they look at you or they don't, feel right there, feel in the moment. Feel. Take a reading off them. From their heart to your heart. Just take a reading. That's the information right there. Some of them will go hi, some of them are mean, some of them are rotten. Most are genuinely nice people from the heart. What you see here is a mean, rotten guy all pissed off because he just got fired from work. His heart goes, hi. That's you, man. That's you. He's all wrapped up in the illusion in his box. All he sees is this miserable life. But his heart's free and exploring and doing everything, creating for him, just like you. You got to bring your heart to your head. And that's a good way. I just thought about it right now. I do that every time I walk down the street. Get a feel of them. Some people, you'll want to puke your guts out. Other people, big, mean, giant cops. Hi! Little kid inside, you'll hear it. It's incredible. But that is what you do. That's your soul communication right there. Now you can fine tune that, become a psychic, tune into them. You don't even have to be a remote viewer. It's just like basic. And it ain't even you're special. That's the way it is in the fucking universe. It's just no one here knows it because we've been wrapped up in the illusion, told lies all our lives. From religion to politics, everything. It's all lies. Lies. The illusion is a big lie. We're down here to experience it. And from what the sisters said, it don't even matter what the illusion, what's going on in illusion. The only thing that matters is your dreams and your creating. So do it good. So that's the only thing that matters. That's the only reason you're down here living, is to create and dream. Dream and create. All the rest of it's bullshit. Everybody else is doing the same thing. But don't get wrapped up in their thing because you're not doing your thing. Do you get it? You can go deep. You can run down a rabbit hole real deep on that. But basically, that's what she told me. Hey, I'm still learning too. We're all learning. So that's how you communicate, from fucking aliens to whales. Okay, here's a good way of doing it. Go swimming with a bunch of dolphins. Feel each dolphin. Each one's got a different feeling. Yet, they're the same species and they're all fucking alike biologically. But you can tell from each one's feeling. This one's miserable, this one's happy, this one's new, this one's old. You can tell by the feel. But they're all the exact same. The species. But you can tell by the feel. Now, hook up to them and get the information. Same thing. It's the same damn thing. That's how it's done. Starts off with a feeling. And if you're past that, and you can feel them, their demeanor, their spirit, you can feel their spirit. That's just the initial feel of that person's spirit will give you a ton of information about what's going on behind that feel. Now, go in and get the feel. Go in and get the information. And you can sit there and talk to them for 24 hours a day. Your soul can, but you're going to get so goddamn bored, you're just going to fuck it. Computer, right? It's just experiences. Just keep racking up the experiences. That's all you can do. And then go home and analyze them. Look for affirmations all the time. Think about that person. Think about someone you never thought of. Or, because you notice how whenever you think of someone you haven't thought of, and they call, or they write you on the internet, and you're like, holy shit, I just thought about you, right? That's an affirmation. Now go back and analyze the hell out of it. Yesterday, I was thinking about making this video, and I already made it 50 times, so why bother? But I'm thinking, communication, communication with the Eve. And I'm thinking about my own communication. But why am I thinking about communication with ETs and stuff, right? And all of a sudden, John's on here, John Connor, he's on here, and he asked me, how do I communicate without getting in trouble? How do I learn it or whatever? Here I am, and I wrote him that on the internet. And here I am, just making a video of something he asked yesterday. The point is though, as he was thinking that, my soul got me thinking about it because of the communication between his soul and my soul. So his soul, my soul, he's asking my soul questions just by thinking about me. He's hooked up to me. Now he's asking me my soul questions. My soul's going like la 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 la, right? And then they're talking back and forth. John's thinking his thing. I'm doing my thing. So you got 4 people or more talking on different levels. But the only thing that comes into my head is, well, communication with the dead. What am I thinking about that? How many times has that happened to you? All of a sudden you're thinking about something right out of the fucking blue for no reason at all. Yeah, analyze that for a while. Now, the next day, John writes me and says, how do you communicate with this, that, and the other thing? And then I remember, holy shit, I was thinking about that yesterday. Because that's how it works. It happens all day. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week until you're dead. Your soul's talking. When you align in with it, and when you align, bring your soul to your head, then you got to bring the whole spirit world to your head. Start not seeing it, not living in the spirit world. Keep your skin intact, but the communication's going on, and the major ones. At least you'll catch the major communications, right? And that's the same as dream space. When you're in a dream, and you're dreaming, and all of a sudden you're dreaming about your aunt, but you haven't talked to in 6 months, and you're in a dream and you feel her. That's you're dreaming. Okay, you're dreaming. You're in a mall with your aunt, and you're both shopping together, and you feel her really, and you're excited and you're glowing. Okay, and you're dreaming, you're in a mall with her shopping. But in actuality is, in the dream, your spirit is snuggled up right up next to her and you're talking. They're talking. 2 different things. That's the dream. You're interpreting what's going on from spirit. Your spirit is right beside her, heart to heart, having a conversation. But in the dream, you're both in the mall shopping, or taking a roller coaster ride, or driving in a car, or fighting, or whatever. Do you understand? And the dream is interpreting all that, what's going on in spirit. That's what happens, man. That's it. You got to get your heart through your box. The more you get your inner light into the box, your head, and get rid of the box. Not your skins. I'm talking the ideals, ideologies, the false beliefs, the bullshit, the crap, the ownership of crap. If you have a religion, that's ownership of crap, because religion is a lie. If you have an ideology, that's a lie. Constantly be free. Constantly free it. All of it. All of it. And once you do that, your inner light, Christ, everything fucking opens up to you in your world, and you start learning yourself. And it's all about you exploring yourself and learning. Every moment of every day. And that's what you got to do. So, that's what you got to do. And it's really simple. Once you look at it simply, just don't here's another thing. Okay, when you wake up, or you're laying in bed, and all of a sudden something goes in your head, and you can feel it. You don't react. Don't go, ah, which I used to do all the time. Ah, fucking demons. Okay? Don't do that. Feel who it is. And if you know it, and if you know the feeling of it, you probably won't, because they're on a different level other than your heart, because they're talking to your head. Okay? There's so much, guys. There's so much. And it's endless. And I can tell you how to communicate with Christ, but you gotta be with Christ consciousness first, and bring it in, and then it'll start showing you stuff. But that's a whole different video. But basically, universally, bring your inner light to your head, because it all stems from your inner light out. Your inner light is connected to God, and God's going to take you where you want to go, do what you want to do, talk to who you want to talk to, take care of you through it all. Basically, that's it. Inner light to your head, and the more you bring your inner light to your head, and the more you give it reign in the universe, not your ego. I'm in control, your ego's in control. No more of that shit. Your innocence and your inner light. Free it. Let it control you. Reverse the process. Don't own the world from here. Own the world from here. And it ain't owning nothing. You're just exploring the illusion.